Hi guys, welcome to this special PicoPix Max review. Now I've received my PicoPix Max for a little over a month, and I've noticed that on the Philips discussion board, a lot of you, particularly those backers from Europe, have been receiving the unit, which I'm happy for that. Now, despite the coronavirus outbreak in China, I'm happy that the Philips manufacturer can still keep up with the production and be able to ship the unit to the rest of the world. Now this review, I'm going to talk about my 1 month experience and about the PicoPix Max, some of the frustrations and some of the good things, and also collectively answer multiple viewers' questions in this review. So without further talking, let's look at it. Well, first let's talk about some of my frustration with Philips. Now Philips has not sent any email, at least I haven't received any email from Philips since mid-January about the update in the firmware and a discussion board being set up to discuss the experience. Now since then there is nothing from Philips, and unfortunately when I go onto that discussion board I was not able to get on until I went back to Indiegogo website and noticed here that Philips projection left a comment 2 days ago, which is January 31st, about hey, there is a new website, community.screenio.com, that is a platform for FAQ. Now this website is not the original website which I bookmarked for the discussion. So I hope everyone can now find it. I'll also list the link in the description below the video. Now in this discussion board, people have been talking about they've been receiving the unit, which is terrific, and also you can share your experience with the rest of the backers. So if you haven't noticed the changes in the discussion forum, I hope this can help you now find the new discussion board. The small frustration when I first had the PicoPix Max was about its Wi-Fi capability. So this happened when it was in the firmware 1.0.24. This actually was fixed in the 1.0.25 firmware. Here I show a small footage from my earlier videos where it shows that my Wi-Fi seems to be never connecting or kind of half connected. There is this fan but it's not connected. When I try to load apps, it suddenly pops me that saying, hey, we're not connected. So I haven't changed any of my network setup since I got the PicoPix Max, but now the Wi-Fi receptions or capability has improved drastically with this 1.0.25 update. So I'm super happy with that. So Philips did a good job in fixing that issue. The second thing I've been frustrated with the PicoPix Max was its remote. Now if you have watched some of my earlier review video, you've noticed that I have trouble navigating with the remote until I find out, hey, after it pairs with the Bluetooth, now it works perfectly. So a lot of you on the discussion board did express the same problem, which part of it is I think that Philips didn't make the point very clear that you have to pair with a Bluetooth mode instead of using it in the IR mode. Now, with the update of the 1.0.25, they did seem to fix a little bit about the remote responsiveness, but however, it seems to be navigating fine in a lot of the apps and even in the main screen. But when I go into the Amazon, unfortunately the remote seems to be still not very responsive, at least in terms of the enter or the center key. I cannot select some of the options with just pressing that key, and despite I'm already connected with the Bluetooth. So really now my biggest issue with the PPM is really the remote. It's really not up to par in my opinion. A lot of you guys have been asking what is the battery life looks like in the PicoPix Max since the very beginning of my review series. Now the Philips did advertise that it can last up to 3.5 hours with the newest firmware, but in my opinion the up to hour really is that when you're in the energy saver mode, in the really the lowest brightness, and try to last for that long. In a real situations, watching movie in an energy saver mode is not that great. Now here is a video showing me trying to stream videos from Amazon in a normal presentation mode, in a normal mode, okay? So notice the time here I began my movie is at about 10:19 p.m. Now I choose the movie which is the Avenger 2 from Marvel. Now fast forward to the end of the movie. Here the movie did run about 2 hours and 15 minutes, so the PicoPix Max is still running on the battery. Now we back out, we see the battery indicator is in the last block in the red indicator there. Now the PicoPix Max firmware does not have any functions, or at least I cannot find any way to look at the percentage of battery left. But with the Kodi app, you're actually able to go in and look at the system information. Now here shows that, now don't focus on the total uptime. I think the total uptime is where you actually running on the main screen. It's not counting the Amazon running time. Here shows the battery level is down to 15%. So here we can see that at 100% battery level to begin with, streaming a movie in the normal mode brightness, after 2 hours and 15 minutes you have about 15% of battery left. Now what I think is the case is that in this normal mode the battery can possibly last up to about 2.5 hours, so it's about 1 hour less than the advertised maximum battery life. So my suspicion is that in the presentation mode, the battery probably will last another hour less than what is advertised, about 1 hour and 30 minutes or so. So one of the viewers asked me to show the 0% sharpness in terms of the video or image quality. So here I have switched to a 0%, and I took 2 pictures. One is a 50% sharpness and the other one is at 0% sharpness. Now you can notice that the 50% sharpness picture, they have some kind of edges, a little bit kind of teeth shape like that, and the second picture at the 0 sharpness, the edges did smooth out. So is it something what you want? I think it really depends on your personal taste. I don't have a real preference that or guidance I can give you, hey, this is the best or this is not so good. Depends on your viewing preferences there. Here I hook up my Blu-ray player to the PicoPix Max and play some video clipped in different sharpness mode. The first clip here shows you at the 50% sharpness. Now I back out and switch to 0% sharpness, showing you the same video clip. So I'm not entirely sure how much of a sharpness can be captured through my camera in this video clip. Now in terms of this 0% versus 50% versus 100%, I think this sharpness really is a personal preference and personal taste. I have no particular preference in terms of the sharpness. I think 50% looks fine. Now definitely not 100%. Between 0 and 50, I don't know what exactly the difference can make in terms of looking at a movie. Now in terms of gaming, that may not make a difference, but that really depends on, again, the game of what game you're playing. So in this video, I've shared my biggest frustrations about the PPM with you all, which is the remote control. I'm still very upset that it's not very responsive despite the Bluetooth connections. I hope the next update Philips gives out can fix some of these issues. We have also looked at the real battery life, okay? In a normal mode, with a streaming with a movie, we can get about 2 hours and 30 minutes or so. We have also taken a second look on the sharpness, which is, again, a personal preference. If you like sharper image versus not so sharp, depends on the situations of what you are watching. As far as I'm concerned, this video pretty much concludes everything I can talk about the PPM until Philips release the next major firmware update. Now if you have questions, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment down below, and I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. So this may be concluding the series on PicoPix Max review. Now in the next series, I'm going to go do some talk or do some review on some of the medicines, some of the diseases that is happening around the world, and some health topics. If you are interested in learning more about these topics, please subscribe to the channel and also click like when the video comes up. This past month, I'm so thankful for your support on the channel. I'm starting it up, and I'm glad that I can spend my time to work on to review this PicoPix Max with you guys. Couldn't have done it without your support. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.